Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Room Race Fangirl channel. I'm back here today with another video. This video is more of a slash like hot take than rant. But as I was looking at the topics that I have for Degrassi, I'm really glad that this one popped into my head because I think some of y'all kind of forget how good Casey and Jenna was as characters on Degrassi just for season 10 and 11. Whatever they did after them, like whatever they did afterwards with them, like Casey left in season 12, but his character really didn't get much screen time. And then Jenna was in season 12, but I didn't care about her character at that point. In season 12, she was trying to get with Becky's brother, but then they did some weird shit where she wasn't Christian and she had a baby, so she was unholy. And then they just put her with Connor, which to me had no build up. It kind of just happened. So at that point, her character was kind of used as a background character. She was like Allie's sidekick best friend if Claire and Allie wasn't fucking with each other. And don't worry, I got a video talking about the weird friendship between Allie and Claire, so y'all be ready for that. But for this video, I just wanted to talk about how I think some of y'all don't really give Casey and Jenna the credit that they deserve for as good characters. Now, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to their characters, I might be stretching it a bit when I say Jenna was a good character, because I feel like they never really gave her much. Like, we didn't really know much about her lifestyle. We didn't know anything, but I thought they did something good with her when she got pregnant. I liked it, her character. I liked the realism that they wrote about her being a teenage mother and how hard it is. And she didn't really have anyone. Like, she didn't have no family. Like, she had no mother, no father, no brother, no sister. She had no family. And with Casey, I liked his storyline in season 10 with his mother. I'm not going to cap. When him and his mother reunited in season 10, I cried because, that's kind of hard when you have a drug addict mother who kind of chose drugs over you, who wants to come back into her life to tell you pretty much all the promises you've already heard that she made when she was doing drugs. She's going to stop. She's going to put you first. She went and got help. It's kind of hard to believe something like that. And it's kind of hard to give people chances after chances when they kind of ran out of excuses on why they couldn't have done it back then. You feel me? Like, as a child, why did she choose drugs over him? But now as a teenager, now you want to get your life together and now you want to choose me when you should have chose me back then. I totally understood Casey energy and why he was kind of like an asshole and a dick towards his mother. I'm not going to say she didn't deserve it because you chose drugs over him. What did you expect? But that moment when he finally did believe she changed and he wanted to get out of the foster system and move back in with her, it was a really good scene. That was a really good storyline. Like I said, I think some of y'all kind of forget about that. One thing I will give season 10, though, for real, is that they gave characters who was in season 8 and 9 and didn't get much storylines and gave that to them in season 10 and in season 10 and in season 11. I can't give season 10 that, because season 10 gave Casey, Jenna, Dave, Connor a little bit. They gave them storylines that we probably would not have seen them get in season 8 and 9, because season 8 and 9 to me was like more of Allie and Claire. It was like more of their season to see what they were like as ninth graders. But as far as Connor, Casey, and all of them, they kind of was like in the background for real, for real. They didn't really get much. I mean, you did get the storyline with Connor having autism, but I think they kind of forgot that he was autistic. You feel me? I kind of think they forgot. Like, I think they just wrote that because of what he did to Allie, like pushing her ass on the floor because she was trying to attack my nigga for him, like making sounds on a desk with his pencil. Like, bitch, why is you picking with him? And then with Jenna, she never really got anything. She just kind of stole Claire's boyfriend. She kind of stole Casey. She stole Casey from Claire. There's no kinda. She stole Casey from Claire. That was pretty much it. But when they gave her the pregnancy storyline, I thought they were doing something really, really good with her character. She liked the music. In season 10, when they gave her and Casey the pregnancy storyline, I absolutely loved it. I liked it that they was giving characters who kind of stood in the background something. I absolutely like that. I really did because I feel like I think some of y'all really don't give credit for what Degrassi did for that pregnancy storyline. I thought it was really great. Like the pregnancy storyline between Casey and Jenna, I liked it a lot because I think I liked it because of the realism they wrote about it. Because, like I said, I feel um, like when they had Mia, I feel like when they had Mia, when they had Mia on here trying to be a parent, I don't think her life was as hard as a teenager mother as they were trying to make it seem like. Maybe in the first season she got on, but I don't think anything after that. No, because I said it because when was she ever with her kid after season 6? Her mother had her kid for the most of the time. Her mother took care of her baby. Her mother took her baby to and from daycare. Her mother had her child, and in season 8 and 9, she was doing modeling. She didn't have her kid. She didn't say, "Oh, shit is hard. Times are tough." She barely had her child. So I'm just confused on how people say, "Oh, she was a single mother who did it all by herself." I mean, I guess, but Mia had a good support system. Like I said, Mia had her mother. Her mother took care of her baby when she was at school. Her mother took that baby to and from daycare, made that baby lunch, breakfast, and dinner while Mia was at school or at work doing her modeling. When did she ever have her kid? With Jenna, Jenna had to drop out of school. I don't think Casey's mother was a good support system. Now I can't. It's not. I can't. It's like it's not like it's a rock and a hard place, right? You can't ask your mother to give up her job to take care of your kid. But it's like, is Jenna supposed to take care of this baby all by herself? Casey was always at school, and then I get him having a job, but it's like, damn, you don't get no off days off this place. You just constantly working. Where's the off days at? He just didn't want to be. He didn't want to be a parent. He was not ready for it. And you kind of tell he didn't want to be a parent because in season 10, he had her doing all that shit by herself. He told her to get an abortion when she told him she was pregnant. So when she didn't, he wanted nothing to do with her or the baby. So it kind of pissed me off that the mother was mad at Jenna for not trying to see what she can do for her option. When it's like, you should be mad at your motherfucking son because when he found out I was pregnant, he didn't want to step the fuck up. Like, what? Like, your son isn't stepping up and you scream at the baby mother? See, like, that's crazy. Like, what? I couldn't believe the mother trying to chin check Jenna talking about, do you know how hard it is to raise a kid in high school? Do you want to drop out like I did? Drop out like Casey's father did? It's like, of course I don't want to do that. But with you at work all day, me and Casey at school, and then he has to go to work. Who the fuck's going to watch the kid in the morning up until we get out of school? You feel me? So I feel like the mother could have made some type of adjustment at season 11 when the baby came, but she was at work all the time. Like, I feel like the mother was not a good support system. She wasn't. Like, Jenna was so depressed. She was going through, I always forget what they call it. She was going through postpartum. She was going through postpartum depression. She was with the baby all the time. Like, she was still learning how to become a mother, but Casey did not want to help. Like, at all. He did not want to help. Like, even in season 10, when he finally did want to be involved in the baby stuff, she told this nigga to take the crib out of the box, build the crib up because the baby was almost due. And I think in that very next episode, she gave birth. This nigga is at school playing basketball. It's like, dude, this is not all rainbows. This shit is gonna be hard. Take the crib out of the box and build up the motherfucking crib. What the hell are you doing here? He talking about, I'm gonna play basketball. Like, Casey was just an asshole towards her. Like, he treated her like scum. He treated her like shit. And in season 11, he had the audacity to cheat while she was at home raising that baby. Can y'all believe that? And then he got mad at Dave when Dave told Jenna that he was cheating on her with Marisol. It's like, it's not like Dave wanted to say anything, but when he saw after Ellie pointed out that Casey was leaving with Marisol, and Jenna asked when did they start hanging out, and Dave walked up. He kind of was just like, "Oh yeah, he been cheating on you," which I feel like, yeah, it shouldn't have been Dave. Dave should have been the one who told Jenna because it's not his relationship and it ain't his baby at home. It's KC, and if KC didn't want to be in a relationship with Jenna, I mean, it was very clear they wanted together because of the baby. That so when they break up, so if the baby was to like be a doctor or whatnot, there would be no reason for them to be together because they only stay together because of the baby. Neither one of them were unhappy, and it was becoming a place where they were hurting each other. Neither one of them wanted to be parents. Like season 11 was the storyline between them was really great. Like if someone asked me what was the best storyline I liked in season 11, I'm gonna have to say Casey and Jenna's pregnancy storyline. Casey and Jenna's pregnancy storyline was so good. Racing Tyson, it was so good. It was so good. Like the realism of them being in high school, having to raise a child, not having a good support system. The baby fell and hit his head, and now Child Protective Services is involved. She found out Casey is cheating, and she hit this nigga over the head with a guitar. Like it was getting to a point where it was just getting out of control. It was getting fucking toxic, and it was just a great storyline. Like I definitely feel like they shined. They shined really well in their pregnancy storyline. And I think some of y'all kind of forget how good that storyline was from season 10 through season 11. Like, I really feel like y'all forget. Because in season 11, they try to make it all about Eli and Claire and him being obsessed with her, trying to get her back. When, if you ask me, in the very first half of the season, the goodest shit was that pregnancy storyline. I don't give a fuck about anything they try to do with Anya, Holly J or Sav. I didn't care about any of that. I liked the Casey and Jenna stuff. The Eli and Claire shit was I liked it. I liked it when I first rewatched Degrassi, but when I rewatched that season now, it's just kind of like it's kind of irritating because it's like why was this like the first half of him trying to get Claire back, and then I don't want to say this about Eli, but I feel like they kind of wrote him having a bipolar disorder to have some type of excuse on why he was working so hard to get Claire back when he just wanted her back because he wanted her back. That was someone he was still in love with. But I feel like they just wrote this bipolar for it to be a reason. And I'm going to talk about why I feel like they really did a bad job with his bipolar storyline. So don't even worry about that. I got that all covered. But I feel like in the very first half, Casey and Jenna had the best storylines. Like season 11 to me doesn't really have. Well, no, season 11 do have better storylines than season 10. Like I said, in season 10, the best storylines were Eli and Claire, Casey and Jenna and their pregnancy storyline, and Drew and Bianca getting together. In season 11, yeah, the storylines were good. I liked the gang storyline with Drew and Bianca. I liked her being with Vincent selling drugs. I liked it. The Casey and Jenna storyline. I liked all that stuff. Anything with anybody else that I did not care for, like Kate, like Holly J, Anya, I didn't care about them. So whatever they were trying to staff, didn't give a fuck. So whatever they were trying to do with them, I just did not care. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care about Holly J or staff. But I will say when I was watching season 10, I will say I did like them a hell of a lot more than I liked her and Declan. I don't know, something about Sav and Holly J's energy. I was really fucking with it. Her and Declan, I never really cared for her and Declan, but I did know of their relationship, and when they did get together, I never really cared. But one thing I will say, one thing for sure, and two things for certain is that I did not like in season 10 how they try to make it seem like he sexually assaulted her. I did not like that. It was just stupid. Like, she tried to tell Fiona she feel like he sexually assaulted her, and then told him something completely different. Talking about, that's not what it was. I wanted to have sex with you too. Right, girl, you cheated on Sav. Don't try to say he sexually assaulted you. Please don't do that. I did not like when Degrassi tried to do that. But I really enjoyed the pregnancy storyline between uh, between Casey and Jenna, I thought it was very well written. The realism was great. Them not having a good support system, all of it was great. Just after when they gave the baby up, they kind of just went to the background. Like they didn't have no more storylines. Jenna was living with Allie and her family, and Casey was just doing nothing, doing nothing at all, nothing at all. And when they gave the baby up, I cried. Like when I first rewatched the show, I cried and I was so angry that they gave that baby up. They didn't even want to try to be good parents. But you know, when I rewatched it, I understood why they gave the baby up. Tyson deserves to be in a home with two parents who are very loving to each other and is going to love that child unconditionally. Not in an unhealthy, toxic environment with no good support system and two parents who aren't going to do nothing but give him a crappy life. Casey and Jenna, neither one of them were ready to be parents. I definitely agree with the mother that they should have gave the baby up when he was born, but they didn't want to do that because they had his mother. But they didn't know how much shit was going to be hard once he actually got here. So I feel like Degrassi did an excellent job when it came to realism with that pregnancy storyline, and it was like the first time they actually made someone pregnant and actually showed the struggle with someone having a baby, like killing shit. Like, do I wish sometimes someone had a baby in here and was killing shit like a teenager mother like Amy from The Secret Life of a Married Teenager? Yes, but I think that's not what Degrassi was trying to do. I think they didn't want anyone to keep a baby in high school. I don't know if it's because they wanted to do more with the characters. They felt they weren't getting much storylines, whatever it might be. But I wish they would have done something like that, where a teenager mom did keep a baby and she was killing shit, not giving it up, not aborting it, none of that, just killing shit, killing shit, killing shit. I wish they would have done something like that. But as far as I'm concerned, I really enjoyed the Casey and Jenna storyline from season 10, 11. It was really great. I think their storyline is very underrated. Like when I see people talk about season 10, 11, no one ever mentions their storyline, which I think is kind of crazy. But I thought their storyline was fucking amazing. And like I said, it was the best part. It was like for the first half, it was the goodest part. Like after they did the whole gang shit with Drew and he started recovering from his PTSD, I thought the Casey and Jenna storyline was really fucking great, real written, and they both acted their asses off. But that's it for my video today. Catch y'all on my next one.